the world! History has repeated itself! Greater Sudbury has won back-to-back NOJHL championships!
This is Game Day, presented by BrokerLink Insurance. How goes it, folks? I'm Alex Bashevansky, back here in our league studio. Hope all is well in your world. There's a ton to cover today as we look at what's going on in the league right now, so let's get to it. Game Day is brought to you by BrokerLink Auto, Home, and Business Insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be.
Pass down the ice, and this one is bouncing as Wintle will come way out of his net, and look out, he almost unintentionally clipped Wyatt Groff there. Now a pass comes in front, deflected, and they score! An errant pass deflecting off the stick of a diving Noah Cohen.
The T-Birds got the early jump on Sudbury last night, and this game was one of the best we've seen so far this season. A real playoff atmosphere. The goalie stole the show. Nathan McGuire making 47 saves for the visitors, while at the other end, Ian Winter turned aside 31 for the Cubs. But the biggest story may have been bad news for Sudbury. Keep your eye on Nolan Newton on this play right here as he goes down awkwardly after the collision in front of the T-Birds bench. Newton currently tied for first in the NOJHL scoring race with 91 points. Stayed down for a bit, had to be helped off the ice. He did not return. That could be a huge blow for the Cubs. Back to the game, though. This one was back and forth the whole way through.
Owen King. Now for Booth, who tries to walk in on a tightrope, spins it, fires, save made by McGuire. Rebound scooped up, and they score! Grant Booth extends his point streak, and this game's tied at 1. There's Cohen, bumps into his own teammate, and that one went off the skate of Walker. He's now in with a chance. Walker, net front pass, and it's in, they score! Mason Walker played it in front, it went off of a Thunderbird and in. Hilloran around the back of the net, protected on the back end. He'll trade spots with Legler, now trading spots with Bondi. Looking to fly in, drops it off for Landon Hill, Pass in front, one-timer, Pastitsny scores! The Owen Sound draft pick on the attack on the power play. Adam Pastitsny ties the game at 2. Off the stick of Christian. Horgan down low, Klinkhammer, side of the net, in front, Cohen, he scores! Noah Cohen on the power play! Sudbury back in front. Third time is the charm on the man advantage. As the Sioux gets the extra man out. Here's Goslin at the line. Able to pass it off for Gallivan. Down low, one-timer. Save made, rebound, try, they score! Aiden Atkinson! With a minute 19 left, the Thunderbirds have tied it at 3.
Overtime solved nothing. They were fit to be tied. The Sioux T-Birds looking pretty dangerous as the playoffs approach. They skate to the 3-3 stalemate with Sudbury, and a quick congratulations shout out to Dax Klinkhammer of the Cubs. It was announced just before the game last night. Dax has committed to UOIT, the Ridgebacks, for the fall of 2026, the former Flint Firebird. Congratulations to you, Dax. Game previews for tonight brought to you by Rogers. Great deals happening now. Rogers shop today, and Sudbury and Powassan. This is going to be a good one. They've had a great season series so far between the two of them. The Cubs 4-3-1 against the Voodoos so far this season. There have been overtime thrillers, some real good ones. Expect no different in this one. Cubs 8-1-1 over their last 10. The Voodoos 7-3 over that time. Hearst taking on the Sioux Eagles. The Lumberjacks 3-1 against the Birds so far this season, but Hearst right now on a 2-game losing streak after being on a 12-game win streak. Sioux 5-4-1 over that time. Espanola facing Iroquois Falls. This should be an interesting one. The Storm are 2-1 against the Paper Kings so far this season. They are just 3-7 over their last 10, but they are a desperate bunch. Currently 4 points out of 8th spot. That, of course, the last playoff spot. Paper Kings 4-5-0-1 over their last 10. They got 2 red-hot players right now on point streaks. Carter Drigo has been ridiculous. 19 points over his last 8 games. 15 goals over that span. And big Graydon Guthrie has been outstanding as well. He is currently on an 8-gamer as well. 14 points, including that overtime winner right there against Kirkland Lake last week. And French River taking on the Sioux Thunderbirds. Two teams going in opposite directions. The Sioux 3-0 against the Rapids so far this season. Of course, they tied Sudbury last night, 7-3 over their last 10. The Rapids, though, trying to break out of an awful 28-game losing streak. Let's take a look at the standings. All the drama is down there for 8th spot. Kirkland Lake holding it down right now. Blind River 3 points behind. Iroquois Falls 4 off the pace at this moment. Sudbury leads the way, followed by Hearst, who is tied with the Timmins Rock. Powassan just 2 points behind. Then it's the T-Birds, the Paper Kings, and the Eagles in 7th spot right now. And your CJHL rankings, the top 5 is unchanged right now. Sudbury sitting at number 7. Hearst drops a couple spots to number 15. And the much improved Timmins Rock as of late still holding down an honorable mention. Primetime player from last night, super rookie Nathan McGuire, outstanding against the Cubbies. He turned aside 47 of 50 shots to help the T-Birds to the tie against the powerful Cubs. And your play of the day brought to you by our friends at BrokerLink Auto, Home, and Business Insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. Ian Wintle with the absolute game saver here in overtime against the T-Birds.
Hold on to it. Now Klinkhammer with a big hit along the half wall as well. Here's Christian on a turnover, pounce to the net, and he fan on his shot. That can cross across. What a stop by Ian Wintle! The biggest save of the night. My goodness.
And that's all the time we've got for today, but just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NOJHL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you inside the Powassan Sportsplex for Powassan Voodoos hockey between the Voodoos and the Greater Sudbury Cubs. I'm Courtney Kenny, and he's Harrison Clements. And it's been a while, and now we're not talking about the Stain song. We're talking about how long it's been since the Voodoos have played a home game. It was the Valentine's Day weekend, Family Day weekend, that the last time the Voodoos played at home. So again, it has been a while. The Voodoos then went on a 3-on-3 out west to play both Sioux teams and Blind River. I got to take those games in, other than the Sioux Eagles game, in person. It's a very nice trip out that way. Some very nice arenas actually out that way as well. And then they went north last weekend as well as the Sudbury Cubs, and both teams having a tough time with the Timmins Rock on that trip, as both teams fell to the Timmins Rock last weekend. Of course, between these two teams, the fierce, not heated rivalry, as the Voodoos have a 3-4-1 record against the Cubs this season. It should be a good one, though, Harrison, as the last game here was a 4-4 tie on January 23rd, and then in their last meeting in Sudbury, the Voodoos fell 4-3 in a game that they were down early in but fought back in.
The Cubs on the second game of a back-to-back here tonight as well. Their previous game last night against the Sioux Thunderbirds also ended in a tie. That one 3-3 in Greater Sudbury. And then a couple of lineup switches here tonight. The Long brothers returned from their suspensions for the Cubs. Caden for third man in fight versus the Blind River Beavers, and Briar Long a 20-game suspension for a high slash against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners in December. Nolan Newton also will be missing from the Greater Sudbury lineup as he was injured in last night's matchup. The Voodoos also missing a couple of lineup regulars in Justin Russo and Parker Bonsignor, who sustained upper body injuries against the Blind River Beavers on their Western road trip 2 weeks ago. Cole Rudenhill out of the lineup, but just because he is playing in the OHL with the battalion.
Yeah, Cole Rugdenhill came and played that whole weekend out west in the Sioux games. He was unbelievable. It was enough to garner him Rookie of the Month honors. That's 3 straight months that the Voodoos have had a Rookie of the Month, between Dylan Roussel in December, Jack Sperrer in January, and Cole Rugdenhill in February. Also, Dylan Roussel getting Defenseman of the Month honors in February, and he is currently tied with Spencer Horgan atop the goal list for defensemen this season with 18 goals apiece. So should be something to watch in this one, as we're just moments away here from puck drop. Speaking of Nolan Newton, again, you saw it in the game day video. That was a scary looking fall for the young man, and you hope he's going to be okay. If it's as worse as it looks, he might have seen his last sheet of ice this season, and we're hoping Nolan Newton has a speedy recovery and gets back to playing hockey sooner rather than later, as that was not a good fall. Briar Long also, I think this is his first game against the Voodoos because of that 20-game suspension for reasons, as he played for the North Bay Battalion earlier this year, and then something attracted him to Sudbury. So we'll see how that goes for Briar Long in this one. He's wearing number 91 out there for the Cubs. He's not on a line to start with his brother Caden, and we'll have to see if they get put together at any point, as again, they're not twins like the Sedins, but you have to think there's going to be some sort of connection between the two.
Absolutely, and there's lots of connections between teams around the league tonight, as it is a 4-game night in the NOJHL. Of course, we have the Voodoos versus the Cubs here tonight, as well as the French River Rapids against the Sioux Thunderbirds, the Hearst Lumberjacks against the Sioux Eagles, and the Paper Kings versus the Iroquois Falls Storm. There is 4 games if you include tonight's matchup for the Voodoos remaining in the season, and 3 of those being at home, of course, tonight, and then a back-to-back next weekend. So the standings are as close as ever, with Sudbury in first place, 79 points, basically uncatchable at this point. The Hearst Lumberjacks with 69 points with 46 games played, and the Timmins Rock at 69.
They do hold 3 games in hand on Sudbury, but
that is true. But
it'd be tough. It's going to be a tall order.
So the Voodoos with 67 points with 48 games played, and Timmins with 69 with 48 games played. So seeding really starting to take shape here, but lots of shifting can happen as the season nears a close.
Lots of shifting indeed. We are obviously keeping an eye on that last playoff spot. Kirkland Lake, Blind River, and Iroquois Falls fighting for it. Kirkland Lake has a gauntlet. They have 3 games against the Timmins Rock and 1 against the Hearst Lumberjacks to go. So we'll have to see how that goes moving forward. Everyone will be keeping an eye. The Iroquois Falls Storm, last game of their season, takes place next Saturday here in Powassan. So that might be a big game for the Storm. The Voodoos hopefully resting some regulars in that game, as they've already locked up home ice advantage at that point. And we'll go down to ice level right now, as I believe there's going to be a presentation here by the owner of the Voodoos, Jim Bruce. We'll just have to hear from public address announcer Mike Brito momentarily as he gets ready to go.
The Powassan Voodoos would like to recognize a very special unsung hero who has helped the organization behind the scenes for many years. As a team physician, Dr. Terry Rotundo has spent countless hours treating Voodoo players, referring players, and going far beyond his call of duty for our players' health. We want to thank Dr. Rotundo for that dedication and wish him the very best in his retirement. Thank you, Dr. Rotundo, for making a difference. The Powassan Voodoos would like to recognize one of our Voodoo players who reached the 100th point plateau as a Powassan Voodoos player on Friday, February 13th in a 5-3 win over the Espanola Paper Kings. Caleb Dawson becomes the 11th player in Voodoo's history to get 100 points in his career with the NOJHL team, which was established in 2014. Caleb, please come forward to receive your plaque. We ask you to remove your hats and stand if able for the playing of O Canada.
All right, we're just about set for puck drop here at the Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements, and of course, as always, our camera operator Mike Brown, as we get set for this game between the Sudbury Cubs and the Powassan Voodoos. The Cubs are without, as we mentioned, Nolan Newton, but also their captain Dax Klinkhammer and Noah Cohan. But don't be fooled, this team still has a lot of firepower, especially with Briar Long returning and playing on that top line here tonight, wearing number 91 in blue. Nice little ceremony there to honor Caleb Dawson at the beginning of the game, and Dr. Rotundo as well, who's retiring. So it's always a good time at this time of year. Of course, we're going to have Overager Night coming up and Billet Appreciation Night coming up. So a lot of ceremonies coming up, Harrison.
Yep, a lot of people to appreciate and a lot of people involved to make it junior hockey happen. So it's always nice to see those who help keep the gears rolling recognized.
And we're underway. The Voodoos have the puck and they poke it forward. The Cubs in their road blues are going left to right, and the Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left. We might see the black jerseys one more time this season for the Voodoos at home. That means Pereira going down the ice, dumps the puck in as the Voodoos bring out their top guns early. Caleb Dawson, who was honored, gets the puck out front to Pereira. It nearly bounced towards the net, but now it's picked up by Sudbury, and down the ice they go. Mason Walker walking in. Cross ice looking for Briar Long. Now it's picked up by Saginaw. Saginaw gets it for Dawson. Dawson up for Pereira. Pereira flipped down. He was basically traded for Briar Long as Long left the battalion for the Cubs. And then the Voodoos lost Pereira because he went up to the battalion for a while. But he's back with the Voodoos now since January. Zimmer battling in the corner. Puck comes to the near side. Horgan over there, the all-time leader in points for NOJHL defenseman. Tied with Dylan Roussel for goals at 18. Horgan behind his own net. In net, we have Matthew Varamian. He's 18-5 on the year with a .203 goals against average, .921 save percentage. Puck dumped down. Caden Long plays it back to the line. Now it's picked up by Burnett. And the puck hits the meshing and goes out of play. In net for the Voodoos, Harrison. 17-7 is Derek Champagne. He's a .278 goals against average and .916 save percentage. Also, he's tied, or he does lead, in shutouts as well with 3.
And Champagne's been solid in net for the Voodoos all year, especially during some injuries throughout the middle of the season. He had to play a lot of games back to back to back, and he's held steady in his net. Every game he's been put to test.
Especially with Cole Vrugdenhill playing with the battalion, playing last night with the troops. Caden DuBroy tried to get the puck out. Now it's picked up by Heath Bradley, who's really come on strong lately. Owen Head dumps it in place of Justin Russo, who's still out of commission with with an injury. He's normally centering this line of Kupel, Bradley. Now it's DuBroy on the far side, sharp angle chance. That one's turned aside for our first shot of the game by Champagne. Now the puck is poked ahead by Kupel. Kupel from the greater Sudbury area. Started the season with the Iroquois Falls Storm. Now it's Ben Jasoni. Up for Bradley. Bradley. Hard into the boards by Antonioni. Now it's Horgan. Horgan cutting to the middle of the ice. Tried to get around Gray. Gray with a good stick there to poke it off of Horgan's stick. Still battling in the corner. In the Voodoos zone. Puck up against the boards. It comes loose. Antonioni lost it. Now it's back to Booth at the point. And Booth takes another shot. Champagne with a save at the top of his crease. And we got a stoppage here.
If you're the Voodoos, you're happy to sort of let shots like that happen. If you can keep the Cubs to the perimeter, you're doing something right. They're a team who are deadly in front of the net. They'll impose their size, and they're really good at winning those close-up puck battles.
Kratz with the puck. Plays it over for Roussel. Roussel tried to flip it down the ice. Now it's picked up by Landry. Landry lost it. The puck could have caught that if there was no meshing there. It was coming right at me.
A bit of a 3D movie. It's coming right at us.
It's like those old ads for the Spy Kids movie where they're coming right out of the screen.
So it's been a pretty even matchup here so far. No real sustained pressure from either squad.
Landry off the draw, dumps it in. Navarro has to chase after it, but Varamian gets to it first. Played on the far side. It's kept in by Kratz. Kratz dumps it back in. Navarro picks it up on the near side. He tries to get it out. They do. Now it's Kratz in the neutral zone. Back for Roussel. Back to Kratz. Kratz has the puck. He has Antonioni on him, but now it's over for Roussel. Roussel quickly up the ice for Barclay. Barclay walking in. Takes a shot from distance. That's blocked. Navarro lost his stick, and Barclay takes a spill. Antonioni with the puck now. Going down the ice on the near side is McCartney. McCartney is stood up by Roussel on the wall. Now Roussel gets the puck and flips it down the ice looking for Zimmer. He finds Zimmer. Playing it back for Roussel. Roussel all over the ice on this shift, and the puck bounces past Varamian and into the corner. Now it's Pereira. He plays the puck in deep. He's taken hard into the boards by another former Battalion player, Tyson Rismond. Down the ice, Long. Knocked off the puck. Now the puck is bounced back in, walking in against Sudbury. They score. Mason Walker on the third shot of the game gets his 29th of the season. It's 1-0 Sudbury.
And Sudbury will take advantage of every mistake that you make, and that's a prime example right there as Walker walks in after finding that loose puck. No defenseman down the center, and a 1-0 lead here early from the Cubs.
Nothing on the third shot of the game. But the shift before that, Dylan Roussel was a one-man wrecking crew. As we have Cole Rubdenhill in the house. Owen Head battling for the puck. It comes loose to Long. Long of the Caden variety. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. Now it's played back again. Down the ice it goes past Bruce Gray. Owen Head picks it up. Head up the ice for Bradley. Bradley scoops up the puck, tries to get around Horgan. He got the puck around Horgan, but he couldn't get around Horgan. Now Owen King picks it up. King going for a skate. Through the neutral zone he goes with some speed. King leaves it for Dubroy. Dubroy with a shot. That's blocked by Jasoni. Now the puck comes out again. Horgan will chase after it. And it's back down into Voodoo's territory. Champagne out to play the puck. Champagne quickly plays it back for Gray. Gray in the corner. Flips it down the ice. That'll bounce back a couple of Cubs. No icing as Lazarus picks it up in his own zone. Lazarus to King. Now it's thrown back in by the Cubs. Distance. Champagne makes another stop. Voodoo's without a shot on goal through almost 5 minutes here of this period. It's 4-0 Sudbury in that regard.
The Cubs are just pressing so effectively. They're getting the pucks in. They're setting up. They're winning the faceoffs. They're doing all the little things right that compound and just riding this momentum forward.
Puck off the draw. Kratz gets to it. Kratz gets around Duguay. And now the puck comes up for Roussel. Roussel with some speed through the neutral zone. Roussel stops up, gets a shot away. Varamian made the save on that one. A bit of a knuckle puck coming in on the goaltender as Roussel fanned on the shot. Now Roussel has it bounce away from him. Antonioni picks it up. And a hard hit thrown by Landry, but he saw the worst of it. Now Kratz plays it up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre didn't know it was there. And it's flipped back in by the Cubs. Champagne plays it, leaves it for Roussel. Roussel plays it back around for Kratz. Kratz to the near side for Roussel. However, it's going to be the Cubs who get to it first. Walker, the goal scorer, to Briar Long, trying to get a shot away. Roussel blocked that. Now it's back out front again. Walker put that one wide. The lad on the far side dumps it back in. Briar Long on the near side. Comes back out front. Walker with a chance, but now it's into the corner, or into the far side. Back to the point. Shot from distance, turned aside by Champaign. Voodoos hemmed in their zone now as they try to get it out. They can't, as they're gassed here. Landry. It's a mismatch, I should say, of the lines right now, as the Voodoos have been hemmed in. Now Saginaw's out there to join Pereira. And Landry will finally get off along with Roussel. Going for a skate, Walker. Tried to get around his man Kratz, who's still out there. Now the puck out front. Kratz has it. Plays it up for Dawson. Dawson up for Pereira. Pereira gets around his man. Pereira, backhand chance, he scores! Jax Pereira and the Voodoos are in flight here. That's his 16th of the season for Jax Pereira.
Jax Pereira up to 41 points in now 26 games, and at a time the Voodoos need it most. A nice move in the neutral zone, and I don't think that Varamian was expecting that backhand to just kind of beat him far side under the blocker, and a much needed boost of energy from the rookie.
Well, I've always heard that backhands are one of the hardest shots to gauge for a goaltender, and Pereira's got a beautiful backhand, that is for sure. I remember they were talking about years ago when I first got into hockey how Joe Sakic not only had one of the best wrist shots, he had one of the best backhands as the puck goes out of play, and that's what made Joe Sakic so deadly.
Canada's captain, Sidney Crosby, of course, notorious for how effective his backhand is, and it's an underutilized weapon a lot of the time, and part of the advantage, especially on that play there, is it's an unsuspecting shooting position.
Off the draw, it's past Risman. He has to chase after it. Now he has it in his own zone. Risman off the boards, and down the ice it goes. Brown with it. Another Battalion prospect in this game. It's past Bradley, and now it's back into the zone for Brown. Brown got the puck down the ice, but it's flipped back in by the Cubs, picked up again by Brown. Brown has King, he has to be quick. Plays it to Bagley. Bagley flips it up, got it to Bradley. Bradley flipped it out front, now it's a giveaway. Another chance kicked aside again for Champaign, as Bradley gave the puck away there, almost a costly giveaway. Kupel, this line can't get out of their zone either. Walker tried to play it to King. Now the puck comes front and center to Champaign, who kicks it into the corner. Bagley tries to throw his weight around. He finally picks it back up. And now a Cub, Booth, blows a tire. Bagley dumps it in. That'll rim around. Horgan lost it. Now it's Bradley. Bradley lost it too, though. Now the puck back down the ice for Gray. Gray. Jasoni got it down the ice. Boys got a piece of it, so no icing. Landry will chase after it. Vlad left it. Now it's out front. Lefebvre battling for it. Lost it, though. And Signoretti still battling for it. He comes away with it and gets it down the ice, chopping at it. It'll roll in, and Champaign will cover it up. And Signoretti was right on the doorstep, so we'll get a stop here with 11:50 left. Shots on goal 6-2 in favor of the Cubs.
The Voodoos having a hard time getting out of their zone. The Cubs are just pressing repeatedly. They're getting in lanes. They're forcing turnovers. It seems like they just have a bit of a step on the Voodoos right now. You get that first pass, get clear, and then focus on the offense when they're attacking you like that.
Draw coming to the far side of the net, and it's won back by the Cubs. Into the corner. Walker tries to walk around Kratz. Now he has it on the near side. Back to the point. Vlad with a shot from distance. That one might have been tipped at the last second, but Champaign stays with it and makes the save.
Aside from the 50-50 duel on the opening goal, Champaign has been tracking very well. The Cubs are exceptional at moving the puck around, finding their shooters, and Champaign's been seeing the puck cleanly through traffic so far.
Off the draw again, a good stick by Roussel, and Roussel is off with speed. He has Vlad with him, he gets around him now. Horgan still with Roussel out front, another chance, they score! Ryan Saginaw from the slot, his 34th of the season. It's the pride of Pittsburgh.
And again, it's Dylan Roussel who gets the play started. Aggressive attack from the neutral zone, is able to get the puck deep, get the puck over, and then the Voodoo just read the geometry well, and Saginaw is left unattended right on the doorstep. A really nice play from the Voodoos and from Roussel. You want to get your defenseman engaged in offense. How about when he leads the rush like that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Ryan Saginaw is probably one of the last people you want to leave on the doorstep like that. He has the most amount of goals in this game by anyone not named Owen King. So 34 goals on the season. King has 38 in a remarkable 28 games played. He's been on fire since coming back to the league. Now another chance here. Kupel walking in. Kupel takes another shot. That one bounced by Varamian's net. Now Roussel with the puck. So in other terms, is what I'm saying is he's the second most dangerous shooter in this game when it comes to scoring goals this year. A roundabout way of saying it. Lazarus in the corner. Caden Long in there along with Heath Bradley. Long still on top of his man, but Kupel comes away. Now down the ice they go. Dubroy bounced that one almost into the Voodoos bench, his former bench. 10:52 here, 2-1. Voodoos lead in the opening frame.
So 3 goals within a total of 10 shots so far. There's often a lot of scoring between these two teams, but rarely in such quick succession.
Yeah, there's some firepower here as Signoretti gets the puck down the ice. Chasing after that is Jasoni along with Antonioni. Antonioni got the better of Jasoni though. Now Signoretti trying to bat it back forward. Now Jasoni still battling for it. It comes back into the corner. Gray had a bit of a late start on that one. Booth got there first. Now it's Signoretti again. Signoretti behind the net. Has the puck. Takes a hard hit from Jasoni as those two have been matched up this whole shift. Now Booth again battling with Barclay. Burnett in there as well. Burnett comes away with it. Not for very long though, as now he's tied up by Antonioni. And Jasoni comes away with the puck. Jasoni carrying it into the neutral zone. Jasoni from distance for Ramian. Stopping that one as he saw that one all the way. And we'll get a stoppage here. Almost 10 minutes gone. 9:57 actually to be precise in this first period.
And that line for the Cubs with Antonioni, Booth, and Signoretti just forechecking relentlessly, really continuing to cause trouble for the Voodoos defense.
The line that just scored for the Voodoos back out there again. That's the Pereira, Dawson, Saginaw line. And it's Walker who tries to get it out. Puck thrown to the far side. Long will pick it up. Long takes a tumble from Pereira. And now a stick is kicked away. And the Voodoos come away with it. Pereira through the neutral zone. Tried to get nifty with it with McCartney. Now it's a delayed offside. So the Voodoos couldn't chase after it. Walker with it. Walker carries the puck in, leaves it back to the line. Horgan couldn't hold it. Dawson with a good stick, pokes it forward. Dawson in a foot race. It's going to be the Cubs who pick it back up, though, as Horgan has it in his own zone. Dawson just half a step behind. That's another person you don't want to see barreling in on a one-on-one. Now another chance saved by Champagne. Rebound chance comes out, and the Cubs just throw it back in. That's Risman. Now on the far side, Long picks it up. Long from distance, stopped by Champagne as he gloves that one down. And we'll get a stoppage here, and also our mid-period break as we have a 2-1 game. Shots on goal 9-4 in favor of the Cubs. All right, our mid-period break is behind us, and we are well hydrated, and hopefully the players are too. For the final 9 minutes and 4 seconds of this first period, I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements. It's 2-1 for the Voodoos for the first almost 11 minutes of this one, although chances are coming fast and furious for both sides. Owen Head being asked to leave the face-off dot for Heath Bradley. And the puck's won by the Cubs, but the Voodoos get the first real possession as Kupel's going to send it down the ice. Head will chase after it with Risman. Head taken hard into the boards by Risman. And the puck comes loose. Bradley out front. Good chance. There's major save made by Varamian off Kupel. Couple of good chances there for the Voodoos. Now it's Caden Long dumping it in. Chasing after it will be Caden Dubroy. As this line is Caden squared. Although different spellings of both names. As the puck back to the point, Vlad keeps it in, takes a shot from distance. Champagne blocked that one aside. Now it's Kratz. Kratz down the ice. It bounced off Bradley's glove and it's dumped right back in by the Cubs. Champagne leaving that one for Roussel. Roussel, nice little move to get around King now with speed through the neutral zone. That was well offside there by Lefebvre. And the linesman was right on that, as was the Cubs bench.
Both of these teams are excelling in different areas of the ice. As we mentioned, the Cubs are really sort of running things in the offensive zone, keeping that pressure up and winning those checking battles. But the Voodoos have been very active in the neutral zone, and winning those stick battles, getting that extra step, has really put them up 2-1 here.
Jasoni in his own zone, leaves it for Gray. Gray up for Landry. Landry on the half wall. Has his man all over him, gives it back to Jasoni. Jasoni twisting around with Booth. Tried to leave it, now Booth picks it back up. But now it's to Lefebvre on the half wall, and Lefebvre gets the puck out. Lefebvre to the near side for Landry. It's off his skate, and down the ice it goes. Picking it back up, Boys. Boys in his own zone, plays it to the point for Jasoni. Jasoni was a chance from distance. That one went well wide. I don't know if Varamian would have seen that one, as there was a lot of traffic in front. Playing it back around, Signoretti gets it out of his zone, plays it up the ice now for Antonioni. Antonioni stops up, tried to get a shot away, but the puck stayed right where it was. Now Barclay with it. Barclay into the middle of the ice. That one's picked up by Walker. Walker into the Voodoo zone. Plays the puck over on the far side. Long lost it though, and Lefebvre picks it up. Lefebvre for Barclay, had Lazarus all over him. Now Walker back down the ice it goes. Now it's Brown. Plays it around. Dawson tried to get it out. And now it takes a weird bounce off the stanchion and didn't go to Long the way he thought it was going to. Horgan dumps it right back in, blocked aside by Champagne. Bagley plays it around. Now it's Saginaw. Picked back up by the Cubs at their blue line. It's Horgan. Down the ice it goes. Bounces away from McCartney. Gray, or Brown rather, plays it up for Dawson. It's not kept in by Horgan though. Now it is. And Dawson is going to get a tripping call on that. So the Cubs are going to go to a power play here with 6:23 left in this first period, and we'll see the league's best power play.
The continued pressure from the Sudbury Cubs ends up paying off for them, as they are operating at a 36.8% on the power play. And the Voodoos, they do have a very good penalty kill, with the best in the league at this point, 84.4%. As it appears that the game clock has disappeared.
Yeah,
there we go.
This isn't the first. It's the second time this game it's happened, but it's happened a couple of games this year. It might be time to invest in a new one. 6:23 left. The Voodoos have 2 minutes here to kill. And off the draw, it's Horgan. Horgan from distance got a shot away. Champagne had the rebound. He's battling for it. Puck still under there somehow. It comes out front. Now it's to King. King with another shot. He scores. It's tied 2-2 as Owen King gets his 39th of the season, with Derek Champagne well down and out.
And the puck somehow not getting covered in the scramble, and the Cubs make quite a quick, might make quick work of that power play. As soon as they're able to find the puck, they get it out, they get it across. Champagne can't get set. And it's a tie game with 6:09 in the first.
Head in for the draw against Caden Long. Horgan has the puck in his own zone. Now it's played down the ice, walking in Dubroy from distance. That one went well wide. Kupel got it to Brown. Now it's Head and Bradley down the ice. Head from distance. Veramian kicked that one aside. Horgan has the puck behind his net. He has Head battling with him though. Head got it back to Kupel. Now it's Bagley. Bagley couldn't keep the line as the puck bounced away from him. He'll play it to the far side for Brown. Brown is off of Caden Long's stick and out of play. So we'll get a stoppage here. 5:32 left in this first period.
Shot sitting at 7-12 in favor of the visiting Cubs. And it's been close the past few times that these teams have met up, with, of course, the tie the last time the Cubs were in town. And then most of these matchups have either been a blowout in Sudbury's favor or 4-3, 4-3, 4-2. Close games all around.
Yeah, and the season series is close as well. Sudbury does have the edge. 4-3-1. Battle on the far side in the Cubs zone. Right near the point. And Risman got to it. Risman carries the puck down the ice, flips it in. Another former Voodoo on the Cubs side. Now Antonioni flips it back in. Gray chasing after on the near side. He's going to battle his man Booth into the boards. And it's going to get picked up by Jasoni, who promptly has the puck knocked away from him. Boys got it back to Gray. Gray onto the far side for Jasoni. Jasoni down the ice, flips it down. It's going to get picked up by Risman. Now Boys is going to be able to poke that one ahead, and he lost his stick. And the Cubs will have it in the neutral zone. Burnett. Barclay dumps it right back in. Veramian out behind his net. Plays it. It's back to Burnett. Burnett out front for Barclay, who fans on his shot attempt. And now Burnett and his man collide. I missed the number of that truck on the far side. That was Cole Reggett, actually. Now it's Kratz. Kratz tried to feather it forward for Barclay. Now it's Reggett to Risman. Risman flipping that one down the ice. Roussel caught it and puts it down. Now Roussel. Up the ice it goes. That'll be Dawson who gets a piece of it. Now Navarro behind his net. Dawson's on him. McCartney. Down the ice it goes again for the Cubs. Long takes a shot. That one's blocked by Champagne. Rebound bounced dangerously close on the goaltender as it was off a body and right back on Champagne.
Yeah, I don't think Champagne was quite expecting it to fall right at his feet, but tracks it and is able to recover that rebound, help his team out. And again, the Cubs establishing time in the offensive zone. They're going in off the rush, they're getting set up, and they're winning these draws.
Speaking of winning a draw, there's another win, and the Cubs pick it back up again. Still in the Voodoo zone now. Bagley has it behind his net. Bagley stops up, plays it down the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw near side for Dawson. That bounces away, but Dawson still has it. Takes a shot from an angle, and Veramian saw that one and gloved that one down.
And a good job by that Voodoo's line of Prairie, Dawson, and Saginaw just to win the puck back, get the puck moving the other way, and try and set up the other line to go to work. Of course, Head centering.
This is where they might miss it. Justin Russo, who's deadly on the faceoff dot in a game like this. Now Kupel, right off the draw, got the shot away. Veramian got a glove on that one, so we'll get another stoppage here. He's also amazing on the penalty kill too, so we've already seen a power play goal for the Cubs in this one. Head in for the draw again, swiping at it. Navarro gets to it though. Onto the far side, Long flipping the puck down the ice. That one's over the head of Owen King, but Bagley picks it back up. Back for Brown. Brown to Bagley. Bagley flips it down into the neutral zone, picked up by Navarro. Poked ahead though by Head. Head flips it forward. Bradley gets to it. Bradley trying to get it to settle down. Throws it in. They score! Heath Bradley gives the Voodoos the lead. It's 3-2 as Heath Bradley gets his 13th of the season.
And again, the Voodoos going back to what's been working well. They're winning those battles in the neutral zone. They're getting that quick step on the rush. They're separating, getting sort of a pseudo 2-on-1. And then just an odd angle, they're able to get the lead back and beat Varamian. 3 goals on 10 shots.
Gotta have to wonder how long the leash is for Varamian in this one. Ian Wintle played last night as Gray sits down Antonioni off the draw. Now is Signoretti. Now Jasoni, but still coming out with it. That was Antonioni. He threw it through the crease. Now LeFabe couldn't get it out, though, as Briar Long picks it up. Puck on the far side, rolling towards the Voodoos net. It's still in a dangerous spot. Landry plays it up for LeFabe. LeFabe whacks at it. Now it's to Boys. Voodoos with speed down the ice. Boys, at the end of a shift, just dumps it in. Jasoni peels off. Now with some steam, it's Briar Long through the neutral zone. Tries to get around Roussel. Roussel stands him up. Now it's to Pereira. Pereira up for his man. Couldn't quite get it out, but it's poked forward by Roussel. Picked up by Walker now. Walker walking in, leaves it for Long. Long turns around. Tries to get around his man Jasoni. He did, but now he lost the puck. Now he gets it back. Long. Lost it to Pereira. Pereira throws it cross ice, and Saginaw has some speed, but he turns around. It wasn't a clear break. Got it up for Dawson. Dawson trying to get around Horgan. Battles into the corner. Dawson kicks it forward. Saginaw chasing after it. Vlad gets to it first. Saginaw right on Vlad. Now it's back for Horgan. Coming back down the ice is McCartney. McCartney walks in. That looked like it could have been offside. Bradley, the most recent goal scorer, battling for possession, gets away with it. Bradley up the ice for Pereira. Pereira is just going to dump that one in over Rismond. Varamian gloves it down. Reggett with the puck. Plays it near side to Rismond. Rismond walking in. Cuts to the middle. Rismond still has the puck, takes the shot. Champagne saw that one. He makes the save. And we're into the final minute here with a stoppage of play at 57.2 seconds.
No one ever advertised this game as being boring. Both these teams have been going full throttle for this first 19 and change minutes of the first period. It's been an exciting one at that.
Voodoos win the draw. Kratz has it. Kratz got the pocket picked by Dubroy. Dubroy walking in and puts it right over the net. Caden Dubroy nearly making his old teammate Marcus Kratz pay on that one.
It's not often that you see Kratz create a turnover in such a dangerous area like that. Maybe a little bit of inside knowledge from playing together. But either way, another dangerous opportunity for the Cubs.
Yeah, insider trading perhaps for Caden Dubroy. He's already doing more to break things than most of SportsCenter was all day.
Oh man, it was brutal up until after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's when everything got exciting. But as a Leaf fan, everything was brutal. Anyways, puck out front. King with a chance. He puts that one wide. Nearly hitting Cole Vrugdenhill, who's back there behind the glass. Now it's Risman with the puck again. Risman fans on his pass attempt. He finally gets one over to Reggett. Reggett back to Risman on the near side. Risman up for King. King dumps the puck in. Chasing after that onto the far side is Dubroy. Back for King. Now it's Long. Long through the puck cross ice. And it's picked up by Begley as it went by everyone. Begley down the ice looking for Kupel. Kupel tag team. Now the puck loose for Bradley. Bradley with a shot. He scores! Heath Bradley, his second of the game with 6.8 seconds on the clock. That's his 14th of the season.
And the puck just sort of disappears in a crowd of legs. Bradley spaces himself well behind, finds the puck, is like, oh, a gift. And gives the Voodoos a 4-2 lead with 6.8 seconds left in the first period. His second of the game.
Heath Bradley came to play today. That was the face-off, just going to tie things up. Antonioni tried to dump things in. Gray has a bit of some words to say to him. Antonioni throwing a bit of a jab at him at the last couple of seconds as he started the whole thing by just whacking at the puck towards the Voodoos end. settle down. We still have 40 minutes of hockey to go. It feels like we've seen an entire game here, Harrison. Your final thoughts before we go to the break?
The Voodoos doing an excellent job counterattacking when they are able to break out of their own zone. They're winning those battles in the neutral zone. They're getting established really well off of the rush and creating unsuspecting chances against the Cubs. But if they want to keep things competitive, if they want to maintain this lead, number one, you got to stay out of the box. The Cubs are just too deadly, and they will take advantage of that. Same as making those defensive zone turnovers. Again, as we saw on the first goal, and we also almost saw against Kratz, they'll jump on that immediately, and they have more than enough talent to score. If you're the Voodoos, you need to shore up. If you're the Cubs, just keep grinding in the offensive zone, and good things are going to happen for you.
We'll have to see. I have a feeling, I don't know, I'm not the Cubs bench. Do we see Wintle come out to start the second period? Varamian's allowed 4 on 11 shots. I didn't think we'd obviously see a change with that time that was left, 6.8 seconds, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Anyways, he's Harrison, I'm Courtney, Mike Brown, our camera operator. We'll be back with more after this intermission.
And welcome back to the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison, he's Courtney, and our cameraman Mike Brown. And wow, we got a game here tonight, folks. After 20 minutes of play, it is 4-2 for the Powassan Voodoos. But this is not the only game happening in the NOJHL tonight, as there are 3 other matchups as the regular season winds to a close. After 20 minutes, the Sioux Thunderbirds are up 4-1 over the French River Rapids. The Sioux Eagles are up 1-0 over the Hearst Lumberjacks just over 5 minutes into the first period of their game. And the Espanola Paper Kings and Iroquois Falls Storm just started, so there is yet to be a score there. Our goal scorers in this game are Mason Walker, unassisted at the 3:48 mark. Then Jax Pereira got one back for the Voodoos, assisted by Marcus Kratz and Caleb Dawson. Saginaw got another one for the Voodoos to go up 2-1, assisted by Dawson again and Dylan Roussel. Owen King made it a 2-2 game on the power play. The only penalty in this game, assist by Mason Walker and Briar Long. Heath Bradley then got a pair, first at the 17:08 mark, and then at the 19:53 mark, assist from Owen Head, Bruce Gray, and then one each from Ben Kupal on each of those goals. So we have 4-2 shots, 14-11 for the visiting Cubs. It has been an exciting one here tonight, and I doubt things are going to slow down.
I would think if you're a betting man, put it down on that. It seems like we've reached a breakneck speed. It feels like we've gotten a full hockey game through just 20 minutes of play, Harrison. And in that French River game, I just have to say, it's got to be tough going to the rink every day, being the only team eliminated from playoff contention right now.
It is a tight matchup in the standings, absolutely, as it is the Beavers, the Gold Miners, and the Storm battling for that 8th and final playoff spot.
The Rapids, their season is winding up. They've been around for 11 years now. And although one season was only an 8-game season in 2020, they're down, I believe, as we get ready to go here, we'll have to see. It is Varamian coming back out. French River has existed for 11 years. They have 5 seasons with single-digit wins. They have 6 years with double digits, topping out at 23. However, one of those years, again, was an 8-game season in the 2020 COVID year when the NOJHL tried to play a little bit. So, they're probably not going to get to double digits this year with only 4 wins. But again, the race for 8th and the right to play the Greater Sudbury Cubs in the first round most likely could come right down to the wire.
Well, Kirkland Lake leads with 37 points. Blind River playing a game more is at 34, and then the Storm with 49 games played are at 33. So Iroquois Falls almost at that elimination point, but still a 3-way race for that 8th and final spot. But we have a 2-horse race in this one as the Voodoos and the Cubs get right back at it.
And we're underway. The Voodoos with the face-off win off the top. The Voodoos with their home whites are going left to right in this second period. Saginaw from a sharp angle took a shot. That one hit the boards and goes all the way down the ice. Kratz chasing after it. The Cubs in the road blues, at least for half a month more. Once the playoffs start, it'll change again. They're going right to left. And puck is into the Voodoo zone. Briar Long with it. Roussel has it in his own zone, though. Roussel up the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw had it bounce away from him. Reggett flips it right back around on the other side. Still battling for it. Reggett now comes away with it. Got it up for Long. Long quickly for McCartney. Now back to Long. Long lost it. And he dumps it right back in. McCartney got a piece of it. Kratz with it. And Roussel poking it forward. Roussel up for Saginaw on the half wall. Saginaw leaves it for Pereira. Pereira up for Bradley. Bradley stops up. Still battling for it. Bradley will dump it in. Again, Heath Bradley's 2 goals, the difference so far in this game. Getting too late in that first period. Bradley tried to flip one over to Kupel. And now the puck stopped up by the linesman and picked up by Vlad. Vlad to Horgan. Horgan on the far side, down for King. King got a piece of it, was able to dump it in to negate the icing, and Champagne will leave it behind his net. Played onto the far side, it's Gray. Down the ice it goes again. Sorry, that's Deverin Brown. Now it's picked up by Kupel, and he tried to get it past Vlad. Still battling in the corner, Kupel. Dubroy comes away with it. Puck back to the point, kept in by Bagley. Bagley dumped it right back in. Vlad pushes the puck forward. He has 2 Voodoos on him. Now Owen Head picks it up, plays it to the far side for Brown. Brown, his pass missed Bradley, and that'll go for icing against the Voodoos, as the Cubs will easily get there first.
The Voodoos having a good opening couple of minutes, especially thanks to the unfortunately trapped out there Ben Kupel, as he made some plays happen in the neutral zone, then carried that on into the offensive zone and allowed some fresher legs to get on the ice for a couple of chances.
Off the draw, the Voodoos win it back, although Antonioni's going to get there first, so they'll get the first meaningful possession after the draw. And the puck kept in by Booth. Now Bagley flips it back around on the near side. Kupel got to it and is able to dump it out of the zone, and the Voodoos will go for a quick change. Head will stay on, though, so he still needs to come off. Now he goes off. Landry on the far side chasing after it. Champagne will glove that one down, and we'll get a stoppage here. 17:35 on the clock.
Overrates player recognition night is Friday, March 13th.
And Nate Lazarus just almost trying to blend in with the bench as the Voodoos go off for a change, try to get that quick little rush into the zone, and that's something that the Cubs are excellent at taking advantage of, is timing their breakouts with the line change. They have a really good eye for that.
Off the draw, the Voodoos win it. Kratz to the near side for Saginaw. Saginaw up for Pereira. Pereira knocked off the puck, and it's back into the Voodoos zone. Kratz will get there. He's taken hard into the boards by Briar Long. Still battling for it. McCartney trying to come away with it, but now it's back into the legs of Kratz and Long. McCartney has inside positioning on Roussel, comes away with it. Back to the point, Navarro keeps it in. Navarro to Lazarus. Couldn't make a clean play, though, and now Pereira picks it up in the corner. Pereira got it down for Saginaw. Now it's bouncing for Kratz. Saginaw whacks at it, couldn't get it out. Walker comes away with it. Long with another chance. That one went well wide, and the puck will miss everybody and go back down into the Cubs territory for Navarro. Navarro picks it up in his own zone, and that one's back down the ice. Walker has it behind the Voodoos net. Mason Walker back to the point. Risman with a shot from distance. That one's kicked aside by Champagne. Now Booth trying to play it around behind the net. Booth still has it. Kratz comes away with it. Marcus Kratz. Up the ice he goes. Roussel. He'll just dump that one in from distance, and the Voodoos will go for a change. Landry takes a hit, makes a play to get it in deeper. Booth comes away with it. Booth still battling on the far side. Gets it to Antonioni in the neutral zone. Antonioni throws it cross ice, and Signoretti will chase after it with Jasoni. Jasoni plays it back for Landry, who quickly leaves it for Boys. Boys going for a skate. Dumps that one in, and chasing after it in front of the net. That was a dangerous chance, but it's picked up by the Cubs. Varela up for Antonioni. Through the neutral zone he goes. He bounces it past Gray, and Jasoni will chase after it. Antonioni gets there first. Now it's picked back up again by the Cubs, trying to get it out. Bouncing puck. Risman tried to keep it in. He does, they say. And now the puck will bounce back into the far side. Jasoni is able to get it out. However, Reggett will get to it in the neutral zone. Risman picking it back up, flipping it right back in. Jasoni twisting and turning. He has Owen King on him. Jasoni, his pass bounced off the boards and bounces through the neutral zone. Now it's the Cubs again. King with a shot. That one saved by Champagne on a sharp angle chance. Now Lefebvre got it up for Landry. Landry takes a hard hit, and the puck bounces back in. Champagne makes another stop. Gray thought about giving it back to his goaltender, dumps it into the corner. Voodoo's trying to survive right now. And now the puck comes back out. Picked back up by the Cubs. Risman will dump that one in. That's off the blocker of Champagne and out of play, so we'll get a stoppage here.
The Cubs just rolling in the Voodoo zone, keeping the pressure up. The Voodoos at this point just kind of surviving the onslaught, having difficulty, the same difficulties that they had in the first period, just compounded now by the long change, unable to get guys off quickly. And the Cubs, smelling blood in the water, are keeping it up.
Brown off the draw, leaves it for Bagley. Now Bagley with some room to work. Plays the puck down the ice. That one will hit Dawson, so no icing. Pereira with speed will get in there first. He takes a hit. Tried to make the play. Now the puck comes out again, and the Cubs are going the other way. Begley and Brown nearly collided there like a couple of Leafs defenders a couple of games ago. But they stay upright. Begley with a good stick. Pokes that one away. Now the puck is lost again, and the Cubs will pick it back up. Reggett with it. Plays it to the far side for Navarro. Back down the ice it goes. McCartney has Pereira on him. Now Walker. Walker with a shot. That one went high and wide of the net and out of play. And we'll get another stoppage here.
Devin Brown reading that well and can't quite gap properly, but is able to get enough of his shin in the way. Shots now 18-11. So it's been all Greater Sudbury in the first roughly 6 minutes of the second period.
Booth against Barclay on the far side. And the puck is won by the Voodoos. It's Kratz twisting and turning. He has Duguay on him. Kratz plays the puck down the ice. Bounces away from Zimmer, though, and Vlad will pick it up. Now Antonioni. Antonioni with some speed. Trying to get around Kratz. He does, but the puck is lost to Burnett briefly. And the puck still in the corner. Zimmer. Now the puck down the ice. Barclay with some speed chasing after it. Horgan will get there first. Horgan comes away with it. And Antonioni gets to it. Down the ice for Duguay. Back for Horgan. Horgan, nifty move to get around Kratz. He's behind the net. Tried to poke it in on the near side. And the puck comes back out. Horgan has it. Roussel's on him. Duguay. His chance goes to the middle of the ice. Now Zimmer up for Barclay. Barclay tried to get around his man. He plays it into the corner. Zimmer. He has it in the corner now. In the Cubs zone. Lost it to Antonioni. Now it's back. Kratz picks it up. Kratz into the neutral zone. Landry was lined up, but he didn't take a hit. That could have been dangerous. Kratz dumps it right back in. Varamian getting his first touch of the period. Comes on a dump in. Now Antonioni. Up for Long. Long tries to get around Bruce. Gray, he does. Sharp angle chance turned aside by Champagne. And the puck comes out again. Jasoni cutting to the middle. Jasoni gets around Long, who was on a heat-seeking mission on that one. Looking for some blood, perhaps. Puck back down the ice. Gray chips it right back. Vlad plays it to the far side. Lazarus picks it up. Lazarus with the puck in his own zone. Down the ice he goes. He finds King in alone. King scores! Owen King, his second of the game, his 40th of the season. How you let him get in alone like that, I do not know.
King just slips in behind the defenders and somehow gets lost in the mix, maybe thinking it was part of a line change, but a pinpoint perfect pass. And the efforts of the Cubs end up paying off, not on sustained zone pressure, but eventually finding that perfect stretch pass. It's been all Cubs so far in this period, and the Voodoos been put on the back foot. They still have the 1-goal lead, but you can't keep letting the Cubs pressure like this if you're going to stay in it.
It's 4-3 Voodoos lead, but again, like you said, all Cubs so far this period. The Voodoos haven't even gotten a shot on net since they made it 4-2. Dawson has the puck bounce away from him. Lazarus will chase after it. Has it in his own zone, nearly bounced away from him. Pereira trying to get a piece of it. He has it in the corner. Now Walker. McCartney. I know with Owen King coming back, it's been quite the story for him. A lot of people in Blind River viewed him as a hero last year. I'm sure there's a few different opinions now of him as he scored 40 goals for the Cubs. And the Beavers have faltered this year as they still hunt for the last playoff spot. Now Saginaw chasing back after it. Plays it in deep. Landry still battling. Trying to do some dirty work in the Cubs zone. Saginaw plays it back to the point for Begley. Begley dumps it right back in. Landry has it. Boyce picks it up. Saginaw goes for a change. Puck still on the far side. Lefebvre gets to it, dumps it right back into the massive bodies. And Reggett was basically lying on the puck. Now it comes out to Kratz. Kratz to Lefebvre with a shot. And Varamian making his first save of the period. here, almost 10 minutes in, 9 minutes and 8 seconds in.
And just a slow grind along the boards, trying to find any space, any piece of puck movement. And Lefebvre's finally able to get a shot on the net, maybe get something going here in the offensive zone. But as soon as the Voodoos get in deep, the Cubs have just been smothering the puck.
Reggett off the draw, leaves it for his man Risman. Risman carrying the puck through the neutral zone, gets the red line and dumps it in. Jasoni will chase after it. Jasoni has it in his own zone. He'll flip it off the glass and down the ice. Zimmer trying to get a piece of it. Now Barkley walking in, takes a shot. Varamian made the save. Has a grade A chance there for Pavel Barkley. Now Zimmer with another chance, and Varamian will glove that one down. He thought about playing it, but held on, and we'll get a whistle here.
Voodoos trying to connect a little bit more with their rushing chances. They had a few earlier in the period, just a step behind, a step too disjointed, a little bit less communication, but a bit more success between Zimmer and Barclay, getting a couple of good looks on Varamian.
Off the draw. No, they say let's do it again. As the puck was dropped, but quickly blown down. Now it is one back to Jasoni. Jasoni with a shot from distance. Varamian rebound was there. Lefebvre was on the doorstep, but he was turned away from it. The chance was there too. Now the Voodoos back on the attack. Landry back to Lefebvre, back to Landry. Landry taken off the puck by Rismond, and Signoretti's going to pick it up. Signoretti with some speed, trying to get around his man. He's just going to dump it in. Now the puck behind the Voodoos bench, or net rather. Brown pokes it up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre gets it to Boys. Boys flipping it in, and the Voodoos are going to go for a change here. Up the ice for Antonioni. And Champagne will play it up for Bagley. Bagley lost it though, and now Vlad picks it up. As it bounced away from Bagley, Vlad throws it to the far side. Horgan had it bounce off the boards and out. Now he has it in the neutral zone. Flipping it back in, Bagley. And it's lost now for King as it takes a weird bounce. Long with a shot. That one hits a stick and goes out of play. And we'll get our stoppage here with 9:24 left in this second period. It's a 4-3 Voodoos game. But the Cubs scoring the most recent goal as Owen King was left in all alone. I'm Courtney Hees Harrison. We'll be back with more after this. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex here after we get a little bit hydrated there for you on their little mid-period break. And hopefully, again, once again, the players are doing the same thing as they go and talk game plan with their respective benches. I'm sure the Cubs are saying more of the same, and the Voodoos are saying more of the last few minutes, please, as the Voodoos starting to get some chances there after going almost 9 minutes without a shot on goal.
So far, the Cubs are out shooting the Voodoos. I believe it's 9-4 in this period.
Off the draw head, the Voodoos did start to pull even late in the first. So maybe they're a late period team, who knows. Kupel had the puck kicked away from him, but now Bradley picks it up. Bradley sends it to Kupel. Kupel stops up, looking through his options, skates the line, takes a shot from distance. That one hit the end wall. Now Head beside the net. Head takes a sharp angle chance. That one hits the roof of the Sportsplex after hitting a body and went out of play.
The Voodoos very clearly getting multiple bodies in front of the net, in front of Varamian's face, trying to make sure that he can't see the puck clearly, and the Voodoos have found some success in the low slot, of course, on that Saginaw goal, and then almost again with Kupel a couple minutes later.
Reggett off the draw. Gets the puck up, and it's a pass cross ice. Kratz read that one perfectly as they were looking to spring Briar long. Now it's Roussel. Roussel with some speed. He had his pass attempt fanned on, and then Walker completely skated past the puck. Now Dawson battling for it in the corner. Long gets it up for Walker. Good stick there by Kratz. And then he'll poke at it. They'll say that's offside. And we'll get a stoppage here with 8:30 left in the second period.
Couple of anxious moments at neutral ice, as a couple of rushing chances as we've seen in this game. A couple of those 50-50 battles have mostly gone the Voodoos' way near the red line, but Sudbury's more than capable of taking that puck and running with it. Especially as we saw with the wide open King on the 3-4 goal for the Cubs.
Both original centermen on this play being shown the gate. And finally we get the face-off, and it's deep into the Cubs zone. That was bounced at. Now it's Saginaw who tried to get a shot away but couldn't. That was whacked at and then hit at with a stick by the Cubs. Now it's Brown trying to get through the neutral zone as Briar Long walking in. Long has his man. He gets in deep. He puts it through the crease. How that didn't go in, I do not know. Now it's Pereira the other way. Pereira walking in. Pereira with a shot. That one hits a body and goes out of play. As both teams changing chances here. Long looks skyward.
Well, you talk about those 50-50 puck battles at neutral ice, and as you're saying, Briar Long gets a good look, cuts in, and seems to have Champagne beat, but just can't beat the blue paint in the posts, as this one barely remains a one-goal game.
Boys in on the draw. It's won by the Cubs, though. Varela got it to Signoretti, and down the ice it bounces past Antonioni, and Jasoni will get it in the corner. He blows a tire and is taken hard into the boards, but he gets back up. Good to see. Signoretti back in the corner now, behind the net. Has Jasoni in there as well. Jasoni trying to poke the puck away. Boys does, and Landry will get to it. Landry takes a hard hit, but Jasoni tried to flip it out. Now it's kept back in by the Cubs. And now trying to get it back out was Boys. They're going to say that stayed in. Now it's Gray with the puck. Gray up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre far side up for Landry. Landry had the puck bounce away from him, though, and gave it away to Horgan. Now it's Varela with it. Up for Caden Dubroy. Dubroy flipping it back in. Champagne will let it roll in on him, and he'll just cover up, and we'll get a stoppage here.
Couple of nervous moments for the Voodoos, as that fourth line can't quite clear the puck, can't quite get anything moving out of the zone, not being able to respond well to that line of the Cubs.
Off the draw, Roussel gets to it. Roussel plays it around for Kratz. Kratz stops up, breaks the ankles of King, and then gets it up for Roussel. Flipping that one back in. Vlad has it now in his own zone. Far side, trying to get it to Caden Long, couldn't. Now Roussel will pick it, or Kratz will pick it up. Has it poked away from him. Kupel gets to it. Kupel down the ice. That one's away from head. Now Lazarus. Lazarus in his own zone. Flips it in. Vlad will pick it up. And then he flips it right back towards the net for Lazarus, up for Dubroy. Dubroy got Kratz up high with a bit of a cross check there. Kratz reacting to that. And now it's picked up by Kratz. Kratz. Cross ice, will get it to Bradley. Bradley couldn't quite chip it in. And now the puck lost again to Roussel. Roussel carries it in, flips it in deep. Kupel chasing after it. Kupel nearly got a hold of it, but it's picked back up by Reggett. Reggett and Pereira collide. Bagley will have that one flip past him, and they're going to say that one goes out of play, so we'll get a stoppage here.
Shot still sitting at the 22-15 mark for the Cubs, with exactly 6 minutes remaining in this second period. And again, despite a couple of looks, the Cubs have been continually pressing the Voodoos back in their own zone. The Voodoos have been pushing back a bit more. They've been finding some more offensive zone time, but maybe only one or two quick looks towards the net of Aramian.
Off the draw, the Cubs. Walker plays it into the corner. Trying to poke it through his Saginaw. It does come out. Risman will pick it up at his blue line and carry it forward. Dawson nearly got a piece of that. Now Bagley will chase after it with McCartney. Near side, Pereira. Pereira takes a high whack, and he goes down. That'll be a penalty, and now we see Bagley going after Walker. Bagley throwing some punches, Walker as well. Pereira's down, and he's slow to get up. Bagley still throwing punches with Walker. That was a high elbow by Walker on Pereira. JJ out there to check things out. Braden Bagley skating off now along with Walker. What started that was an elbow to the head to Pereira. And if you remember, last time these teams played here, Pereira was thrown into the net and injured in that game as well by the Cubs. So again, a high hit on Jax Pereira. And you can see why Braden Bagley would respond in kind. These two teams do not like each other at all. Pereira showing blood. He's skating out to the referees, showing he has a bloody nose. Again, a high elbow on Jax Pereira is what started that whole melee.
We've seen a couple of tilts between, usually it's Heath Bradley, frankly, but today we see Bagley right on the spot to stand up for his teammate.
I know Bagley's been asked before by other players in the league to go, and he's declined the request. But when he has a young, talented player like Jax Pereira targeted like that, he's not going to think twice.
No, and he did not. The response was immediate, and we'll have to see what the response from the officials is as they skate over after some deliberation.
We'll have to see what's put on the board. You have to, obviously, Bagley and Walker are both getting penalties. Walker was getting the initial penalty. The arm was up, and Bagley got right in there.
It's the salary cap, don't worry. Yeah, there's salary cap.
So still some explanation to Jeremy in the scorer's box.
Not to change the subject too much, but I guess to fill some airtime, I wonder how he's feeling about DJ Moore being traded to the Bills.
We should have an intermission segment.
Yeah, you know, what everyone loves to hear when they're watching a hockey game is football talk.
So it seems like the explanation's been given to the one side. Now Cubs bench having their explanation.
I know the Voodoos, excuse me, on the Pereira play from the last game had some raised eyebrows.
Yes.
The team itself did. As Derek Champagne's now coming out to talk to the linesman. So there's still nothing. I would imagine Bagley at the least is out of the game.
Yes, and in some junior leagues, some major junior leagues, there is a bit more leniency with fighting. In the NOJHL, it pretty much means you're done for the game.
And it's 2-2. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. That's the penalties.
So we have 4-on-4 play after all of that.
We'll have to see what the announcement is when it comes up to see what the actual penalties are. I'm imagining Bagley's getting the gate, like I said. Pereira skating by the referee. He can't believe it. He was, like, we saw it. He came right across. He's bleeding. In any other league, that's a double minor when you cause blood, but I also am not a referee, so I don't know the rule book, hand to God, as well as other people.
Oh, apparently it's 2.
So Duguay's going to go in the box. I don't know who's in the box for the Voodoos. But Pereira is back out there, which is good to see after he took a high elbow right to the head. Roussel has the puck off the draw, left it for Kratz. Kratz now with some space, going for a skate. Kratz cuts to the outside. Goes for a wraparound chance. That one almost beat Varamian. He just got over in time. 2 minutes for instigator and 5 minutes for fighting for Braden Bagley is what I heard.
Walker, hit contact, 5 for fighting, and 10 minute misconduct. Bagley, 2 minutes for instigating.
Up the ice, Pereira. Carrying the puck in, Pereira throws it cross ice looking for Saginaw. We'll have to check again once it's updated online as to what the actual penalties are. I just know
It was 2 for head contact.
Yeah, that's the
other
one
way.
for, yeah.
And then it was 5 and 10.
For both?
Yes.
Kratz to the outside. Plays it back for for Pereira. Pereira near side, his pass picked off by Long though. And Long will skate it back into his own zone. Long. 50 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Voodoos will go for a change, as will the Cubs. 4:20 on the clock. 4-3 Voodoos lead. Long has the puck now. Going for a skate through the neutral zone. Gets a shot away. That one's blocked by Jasoni. Now Jasoni picks up the loose puck. Plays it into the corner. Jasoni will go for a skate with some space. Jasoni leaves it for Dawson. Dawson takes a hit from Dubroy. And he lost the puck. 15 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Played to the near side is Dubroy. Dubroy lost it with Gray. Now it's Risman. Playing it back for Long. Long at the point. Throws it towards the net. That one hit a body and never made it there. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Duguay was going off for a change but elected to play the puck. Now Landry takes a hit from behind by Caden Long, who's back in his first game from a suspension and just lined up the numbers of Raphael Landry.
That's on you, Stripes!
Good to see Landry get up. That's a dangerous hit.
Completely unaware of what was going on. Runs the numbers. This game is getting out of control fast.
It looks like the Voodoos will get their first look on the power play on this one. Fans are not happy with the referees right now in this game. Caden Long is still in the box for only 2 minutes. I am stunned. Absolutely stunned by that.
Maybe the 5 on the scoreboard is broken.
That was a direct hit to the numbers on Raphael Landry. 3:29, the Voodoos will look to make the Cubs pay here on the power play. Kratz, near side for Pereira. The Voodoos have a dangerous power play as well. Pereira back for Kratz. To the far side now. Back to the point, Kratz. Back to Pereira. Pereira threw it far side, boys. Has Risman on him. He falls to the ice. And the puck is flipped to the near side. Pereira will try to get to it now. And is picked up by the Cubs and sent down the ice. Cubs will go for a quick change. Champagne has the puck to Kratz. Kratz plays it up for Pereira. Pereira back to Kratz. Kratz stop up, leave it for Pereira. Pereira back to Kratz. Kratz with some space. Goes to the far side. He had Roussel, but a good stick by Antonioni. Stop that. Now Pereira takes a hard hit from Antonioni. Back to Kratz on the near side. Kratz threw it towards the net. Head was there with a wide open net. All he had to do was tap it in. Now Dubroy with a shorthanded chance. Dubroy to the races. Dubroy puts it wide. We've seen Dubroy do that shorthanded here for the Voodoos the last 2 years. Now Roussel through the neutral zone. It's picked up by Dubroy and he'll dump it right back in. Under a minute left on the power play. Horgan tried to walk out front. And now he's pushed down by Champagne after he ran into Champagne. Saginaw playing it back in. Bradley had Roussel there and Roussel turned for the change. Now it's Saginaw again. Playing it up, he has Dawson. Dawson in. Dawson scores! Caleb Dawson on the power play! His 24th of the season. It's 5-3 and now there's a melee after the whistle. Dawson involved, Bradley involved, Jasoni involved. I don't know who's in there for the Cubs. McCartney is the only one in blue out along with Bruce Gray. Caleb Dawson breakaway goal. Reestablished a 2-goal lead for the Voodoos. and now we're going to see some more penalties, and the referees have let this game get completely out of hand, I have to say. I know they have a hard job, but it has gone from bad to worse here in this second period when it comes to physicality. It doesn't look like anyone's heading towards the box.
So Dawson sees what King did, sneaks behind, and is like, that's a neat trick, and does a great job at beating Varamian on the blocker side. That's where most of the goals today have beaten the Cubs netminder. And I believe there was some issue with whatever defender was staying on Dawson after the goal was scored.
Well, the Cubs bench is going to be incensed because they thought Champagne pushed down Horgan. That should have been a penalty after Horgan had run into the goalie on the previous play carrying the puck in. So that negates each other. Then that one was Dawson, after he scored, had a defenseman draped all over him. And now we'll try to get back to hockey with 1:40 left in the second period. Brown broke his stick. The Cubs bench looking for a call as he broke that basically on King, going to try and take him into the boards. Now the puck comes out. Navarro, they're saying Dawson unassisted on that goal. I'm pretty sure there was an assist. Now it's Briar Long with the puck. Long throws the puck out front. Bradley got to it. Now he's going to throw the puck cross ice. And Gray tried to get a piece of it. However, it's Jasoni into the corner. Jasoni on the half wall. That stick of Brown still on the ice. Picked up by Long. Now it's Kupel. Up for Bradley. Bradley will flip that one forward. Kupel in there. Has the puck knocked away from him with Navarro. Under a minute left. Navarro up for Long. Long as Gray taunting him on that one and knocks him to the ice. Now it's up for Saginaw with a shot. And Saginaw put that one high and wide. Now Landry. Back up for Kratz to Pereira. Pereira finds Saginaw. Saginaw walking in. Saginaw with a head tilt. He just put that one wide. He tried to get it to Landry. And Landry chopped at it, and it just went over the net. 20 seconds left. King the other way. Leaves it for Long. Long stops up. Tried to play the puck. Now it's Roussel with one last rush. Saginaw walking in. Saginaw leaves it for Roussel. Roussel with a shot. That one goes wide. Kratz with the puck now. 8 seconds left. Back for Kratz, and he'll just skate it into the Voodoo zone, and they'll let time expire here. We have had two eventful periods, and the Voodoos lead 5-3 after 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal have evened up as well, 20-17 in favor of the Cubs. Harrison, your final thoughts?
Well, that escalated quickly as it just went from some solid forechecking hockey, and then that high hit on Pereira is sort of sent the stone of chaos tumbling down the hill of this period. And the Voodoos doing a good job at converting on the chances that they were given and starting to push back a bit more against the Sudbury Cubs. We got a bit of a tilt, and most of all, just glad to see that everybody who was involved in an altercation is all right.
Yes, indeed, especially after the last time these two teams played and Pereira was taken out of the game. Good to see him be able to stay in the game, although he did lose a little bit of blood, but that is the price to pay sometimes when you're playing hockey. Anyways, if you still want to tune in or you're not pissed off enough at me after 40 minutes of play, we'll be back on the other side of this intermission. I'm Courtney Hees Harrison.
And welcome back, everybody, to a heated game of hockey here at the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison. With me on play-by-play is Courtney Kenny and our cameraman Mike Brown. Score 5-3 here in favor of the home Powassan Voodoos Shots, 20-17. But there is 3 other games happening around the NOJHL as this season winds to a close. The score is 5-1 after 40 minutes of play for the Sioux Thunderbirds over the French River Rapids. Just 5 minutes surpassed in the second period. The Sioux Eagles are up 2-1 over the Hearst Lumberjacks. And after about 5 minutes into the second period, the Espanola Paper Kings are leading the Iroquois Falls Storm. For those of you who missed the second period of action here tonight, I highly recommend going back after the game's over and giving that a quick watch, because it was, let's just say, dramatic, as we saw some fists fly, some penalties be doled out, some high-skill goals, and a lot of intense hockey here in the final matchup of the regular season between the Greater Sudbury Cubs and the Powassan Voodoos.
Eventful period indeed, Harrison. Thanks so much for taking us around the league in a very eventful game so far. 5-3. You got to think you're going to be seeing the Cubs' best this period. They started off last period with some of their best, as the Voodoos didn't get a shot on goal until the midway point of the period, and yet they still were able to tie the Cubs in goals for the period, 1-1, as we're underway here. Puck is dropped. The Cubs in their road blues are going left to right. The Voodoos in their home whites, in front of one of the most enthusiastic crowds they've had all year, are going right to left. Puck back the other way. Long carries it in. Long from distance takes a shot that hobbles Kratz, but the puck is into the corner. Long battling on the far side. Horgan in there. Puck back to the blue line. Shot from distance. Turned aside by Champagne, as he saw that one all the way.
Shots ended up tied at 6 apiece in the second period compared to the first, where it was 14 for the Cubs to the Voodoos 11.
Yeah, the Voodoos started off each period slow when it came to shots, and were able to tie things up in the back half of each period. Horgan off the draw. Tried to get the backhand on net. That one hit a body and went wide. Now McCartney on the far side. Brown picks it up. Brown flips it around on the near side to Dawson. Dawson flips it right back. Roussel picks it up. Brown out there right now as Kratz, a little bit hobbled on that last shift. Now Reggett with the puck. Cole Reggett going for a skate. Property of the Sudbury Wolves. Gets the puck in, and Champagne blocked that one aside. Now it's Roussel on the near side. Tried to get around Caden Long. He did. And the puck is thrown to the far side for Kupel. Now it's Dubroy. Now it's Long back for Dubroy as Long blew a tire. It's King in the corner. Risman walking the line, takes a shot. That's off the end wall and goes to the near side for Bradley. Bradley got it for Roussel rather. Roussel went through that one towards Kupel, but that one missed him. Now it's Risman. Risman trying to kick the puck forward. Head coming in for support, and the puck sent right in deep. Varela now with it. King still battling for it. Bradley got it to Head. Head taken hard into the boards to Bradley. Bradley back for Head. Head takes a shot. That one's blocked. Now it's Bradley in the corner. Bradley trying to get the puck to settle down. Trying to protect the puck now is Varela in there along with Caden Long. Lefebvre plays it back to the point for Jasoni. Jasoni walks the line, takes a shot. That one hit the stick and went wide. Now Caden Dubroy on the far side. Tried to whack it down the ice, and Lefebvre picks it up. Now it's Bradley. Bradley takes a hit from Varela and dumps it in. Valad picking it up. Almost 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone here. King dumps it in. That one will hit the end wall. Kratz back out there. Boyce takes a hit, plays it up for Antonioni. Antonioni picked that one off. And now he has it in the corner. Antonioni. Or rather Booth, sorry. Lost it to Landry. Landry plays it back for Lefebvre. Lefebvre was knocked off the puck by Lazarus. Landry right in there as well. Kept in by Kratz. He took a hit, but he made a play. Antonioni goes off for a change. Now it's Lazarus. Lazarus played it up for Signoretti. Signoretti is going to be able to whack that one in. Now it's Kratz. Kratz dumps it down the ice. Zimmer plays it to the near side. Tried to get it to Barclay. And now it's picked up as Booth tried to split the D, but a good play by Brown comes back and blocks another shot. Now it's Barclay. Barclay pokes it forward. Zimmer tied up at the line, and the puck comes out. Lazarus is right there. Now the puck comes out and bounces to assistant coach Trevor Wing into the Voodoos bench.
Just over 3 minutes surpassed in this final frame, and the Cubs once again trying to press, and they've been keeping up those board battles in the offensive zone. It's been their strength all game so far, but the Voodoos in this period have been clearing quite well.
Jasoni on the near side up for Dawson. Now it's Risman who tried to keep it in. He skates around his man though. And the puck going the other way. It's McCartney. Good stick by Dawson. Jasoni tried to poke it back forward. Now it's Briar Long carrying the puck in. Long cuts to the outside, takes a shot. That one went over the net and wide. Now it's Risman at the point. Risman will flip it back in as Horgan completely upended the stick of Jasoni. Now Dawson will flip that one forward and go off for a change. Reggett playing the puck up on the near side to Horgan. Gray got a piece of it and dumped it right back out. Now Long carrying the puck in. Long takes a hit, lost the puck, and is Kratz. Kratz leading the rush, gives it to Bradley. Bradley looking for the hat trick, takes the shot. That one hit the end wall and bounced all the way back down to the Voodoo zone for Bruce Gray. Gray flips it up for Head. Head back to the middle of the ice for Kupel. Kupel gets around Dubroy. Kupel with a shot from distance, and that one stunned Varela. Now the puck out front, back to Gray at the point. Gray to Kratz, back for Gray. Gray walking the line. Leaves it for Kratz. Kratz with a shot, he scores! Marcus Kratz! And it's a 6-3 game on Kratz's 12th of the season.
The Voodoos do an excellent job of getting established, creating that traffic in front of the net. They've been trying to do it all game, and this time it works out for them. The crisscrossing D really gets the Cubs defense moving, creating that gap for Kratz to find that lane down the center. An excellent piece of movement from the Voodoos to extend the lead early in the third period.
The man I have dubbed Zabumafu with a great goal there from the point. Marcus Kratz. In 45 games, that's his 46th point.
He's had an outstanding season.
One of the nicer kids you'll ever meet, too. Caden Dubroy, speaking of nice kids, gets a puck from distance on from a sharp angle to Champagne. Now it's Owen King. King at his own blue line. Plays it to Vlad. Vlad will dump that one in. And chasing after it is Vlad with Zimmer. Or rather Pereira. Now the puck comes loose for Long. Long with a shot. That was blocked by Saginaw. Saginaw. Down the ice it goes. Navarro will pick that one up. And the puck is loose and sent right back down in by Brown. Now it's Navarro back for King. King, who scored his 40th of the season earlier, takes the shot, and that one's saved. And keep in mind, King's 40th goal has come in just 29 games. It's no Wayne Gretzky 50 and 29, but it's still impressive.
King, ever since he has joined the Cubs, has immediately fit in with their play style. And that low release, that quick shot that he has fooled many a goaltender in the league.
Off the draw in the Voodoo zone, it's Kratz playing it down the ice. That'll get to Landry. Landry will dump it in and chase after it. Risman first on that, left it behind the net. Lazarus picks it up. Lazarus down the ice, got it to Antonioni. Now it's Jasoni on the near side. Jasoni avoids a hit, then takes one. And now the puck is loose. Antonioni still battling with Jasoni as the puck goes wide of the net. Now on the near side, Antonioni has it, lost it. Landry will just flip that one down the ice. It'll bounce past Risman, head with speed, chasing after Risman. Risman plays it around on the near side to Kupel. Kupel back in deep for Risman. Risman now will just slow things down behind his net. As the Cubs set up, he carries it out front. Nearly lost it, he does. Bradley picks it up. And then it's still knocked out of the zone. Now it's Kupel who will backhand that down for Bradley. And they'll just dump the puck right out of the zone. As a bit of a slow change there, but Horgan was able to get it as Signoretti was off the ice. Now the Cubs back in the other way. Kratz, or rather Roussel, throws a hard hit behind the net against the letters of a Cubs player. And we're going to see a penalty against Powassan here.
So the Cubs getting another shot at the power play, scoring on their first attempt in the first period, courtesy of said Owen King. So a 13:26 left in the game. The Cubs get their first chance of the period to crawl within one.
Braden Bagley just came up just to say hello, so he is obviously out of this game. You can catch Braden Bagley and Jackson Marnell on the most recent episode of our podcast. It doesn't really have a name right now. But hey, it's there on YouTube under the front line, which if you're watching on YouTube right now, it's on the same YouTube channel.
So click that logo and check it out.
Two of the better character guys you'll ever meet as Roussel's being shown the gate. What? Okay. Zimmer going now into the box. As Roussel going into the dressing room. I was wondering what was going to come out of that after we saw the precedent on the last one going a different way. Game misconduct for Dylan Roussel. Sure. Spencer Horgan from his own zone. Carries the puck in, leaves it for King. Just 2 and a 10 for Dylan Roussel on a play we saw earlier in the game. Caden Long with the puck in the corner. Now it's Pereira trying to poke the puck away from him. He gets it back out. It's Horgan, though. Horgan takes a shot from distance. Champagne at the top of his crease makes the save. And we'll get a stoppage here. 1:26 on the power play.
We haven't talked about him a lot since all the other events have been happening around, but Derek Champagne has been playing an excellent game. Most notably, his rebound control has been outstanding tonight. Most pucks that have come from outside the slot, he's been able to just smother immediately, not give up that rebound, not give up that secondary chance to a Cubs team who are very good at crashing the net.
Derek Champagne, Cole Vrugdenhill got the first few as Jasoni's going to send the puck down the ice. Cole Vrugdenhill got the first few starts this year against the Cubs, and then it's been the Derek Champagne show since just before Christmas against Sudbury, and he has looked fantastic. He also looks fantastic in his equipment. As the puck's going to come to the blue line, Horgan got it back from King. Horgan on the line. Back to King. King takes a shot. Champagne with another save. And it's 56 seconds left on the man advantage. Yeah, there's some nice goalie setups in the league, but I think Derek Champagne takes the cake.
Yeah, it's not often you see such a coordinated outfit, and it looks even better in the full green outfits, matching the darker palette of the helmet. Just an update on some scoring. Ryan Saginaw was given the assist on the Caleb Dawson goal.
There we go. It was originally unassisted. Horgan to the far side for Briar Long. Now it's Horgan with another shot. That one hits off the kick plate and goes back out front for the Cubs. Dawson whacked at it, nearly got it out, but now it's picked up by Long. Long on the far side at the half wall. Sets up, plays it back to Horgan. 30 seconds. Long takes a shot, he scores. Briar Long with a nice goal there. 30,000 Reasons makes it 6-4 as he gets his first in a very long time. It's his 5th of the season.
And that's a classic power play goal from the high slot. Picks his spot and just through a bit of traffic, rips above the blocker of Derek Champagne. So it's a 2-goal game, 11:54 left in this period.
How big will that Kratz goal be as we get further into this one? Cubs 2 for 2 on the power play. And now the Cubs dump the puck in. Onto the near side, Jasoni. Still battling for it. And we'll have to see what happens now with Roussel out of the game. Shot from distance. That one hit the end wall. Now McCartney tried to play it down. Varela couldn't keep it in. Vlad on the far side. Stood up by Kratz. McCartney. His pass out front took the stick out of the hands of Anthony Boyce. Now it's Booth. Booth twisting and turning, got it out front. Couldn't get a shot on goal though, and still in the corner. Playing it to Jasoni. Jasoni has Walker with him. Jasoni still battling. Or rather Antonioni, sorry. Jasoni overskates the puck. Can't find it, gets it to Kratz. Kratz up for Landry. Landry plays it up. Lefebvre will get a stick on it. Landry will chase after it. Landry at the end wall takes a hit from Varela, but the puck is pinned there at his feet. Signoretti battling for it in there along with Vlad. 3 blue jerseys on the 1 white Voodoos jersey. Puck nearly came loose. Owen Head in there as well, looking for the puck. Puck still there, and now they're going to blow it down. And the linesmen get in there quickly to make sure nothing else happens.
Not in the mix of that scrum, but wanted to give a tip of the cap to Ben Kupel in this game. He doesn't have any points, but he's been such a steadying force for the Voodoos, just making sure that they can get those line changes off. He's been very calm with the puck, very calm on each end of the ice, and extremely reliable, helping keep the pace fairly even throughout the game.
Let's make some noise.
Off the draw, the Cubs get it right back out of their zone. Now it's Signoretti who loses it to Brown. Voodoos are down 2 of their big puck-moving defensemen with Bagley and Roussel. And the puck flipped back into the Voodoo zone. It's Gray. Gray flips it down the ice. Risman will get to that in the neutral zone. Risman nearly lost it. He does to Pereira. Pereira skates back into his own zone, got it back to Gray. Horgan playing forward this period as well, I've noticed. Throws Saginaw to the ice. Brown up for Dawson. Dawson will gain the red line, dump it in on Varamian, and Varamian will make the save as he hasn't been contested much in this period, much like the start of the last period where the Voodoos only started to turn it on towards the end. That will bring us to our mid-period break. It's a 6-4 game for Powassan with just under 10 minutes to go. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. We'll take you around the league one more time here, as I'm Courtney Kenny, and here's Harrison, who's our bus driver for this trip.
Well, since the last time we checked in on the Sioux Thunderbirds and French River game, a bit more scoring has happened as the Thunderbirds are now 9-1 halfway through the third period. Of course, this game is sitting at a 6-4 score line. And things are tight as ever between the Sioux Eagles and the Hearst Lumberjacks, with the Eagles still leading 2-1 with 5 minutes left in the second. And then, of course, still the 1-0 scoreline for the Paper Kings nearly at the end of the second period.
The Voodoos will be traveling to Espanola for their last road date of the regular season on Sunday. Off the draw, Jasoni couldn't keep the line, so he dumps it right back in. Navarro has the puck in his own zone. Now it's sent down the ice with King chasing after it. King has it hit a couple of Voodoos getting to that point. Plays it out front, and they can't hold the line. That's Lazarus. Lazarus sends it right back down for Champagne. Champagne stops it behind his net. Kratz will pick it up. You can kind of tell there's not much chemistry here right now between Kratz and Jasoni as they haven't played together much. You can kind of see it with how plays are developing between the two. They're just out of sync ever so slightly.
It's a hard thing to adjust on the fly to being down a full defensive pair, essentially.
Long of the Caden variety will dump it in. Now it's Gray. Plays it on the near side. It's picked up by the Voodoos, and they get it down the ice. Landry chasing after it. It's going to be Varela who plays it to the far side for Vlad. Back for Signoretti. Signoretti walks into the Voodoo zone. Signoretti still battling for it on the far side. Back to the point, another chance. That one goes well wide of the net. Varela throws it back towards the net. It's blocked by Brown. Brown up for Landry. Landry takes a hit, but the puck bounced away from him. Varela in his own zone to Vlad. Now it's picked up. Landry picking it off. Well, he'll just dump that one in, and the Voodoos will go for a change. Down the ice, back into the neutral zone. Booth carries it into the Voodoo zone. Pereira knocked to the ice, and Jasoni tried to flip it out. Couldn't quite make the line. Now it's Briar Long. Carries the puck in. Tries to cut out front. He does. Big save by Derek Champagne on the doorstep. Stifled that one. Now it's Kratz. Kratz pass. That one nearly picked off. Now Jasoni with speed. Jasoni the other way. Jasoni takes a shot. He had Saginaw wide open. The puck kicked into the corner by Veremian. Vlad flipping it the other way. That'll dump all the way into Voodoo's territory. Jasoni in his own zone now, picks it up, flips it up for Pereira. Pereira going cross ice. He was looking for Saginaw, and it's just out of his reach. Now it's Reggett to Rismond. Rismond going for a skate, cuts to the outside. Rismond nearly blew a tire in the corner, but he carries on, playing it back for Long. Long tried to get a shot away, and he fanned on that. Now it's Brown battling with McCartney. McCartney, Brown, still in the corner. Hit is thrown in the corner. Played up on the half wall to Horgan. Now it's back for Long. Long twisting and turning. He's taken down by Brown. Still battling in the corner. 6:45 on the clock. Both benches were looking for a whistle perhaps, and now Saginaw will dump that one out. However, that will just go right against the meshing and out of play.
In a big battle down in the corner for both teams. The Cubs getting a couple good looks, especially on the doorstep, but Derek Champagne staying sharp. He's able to track the puck across and keep it a 2-goal game, 6:41 left.
Off the draw, Kratz battling with Dubroy on the far side. Now it's Long. Plays it back to the point. Signoretti, his shot, or rather Reggett, and he tied up Saginaw. Saginaw blocked it and was trying to get off to the races. Now it's Long. Long has the puck knocked away from him by Kupel, and Reggett will dump it back around on the far side for Long, up for King. King with some speed. Kupel on him. Makes him turn around. Now it's Long. Long couldn't hold it, and Gray tries to get it out. He does. It's Head. Head takes a hit from King, but he got the puck down the ice. Now it's Kupel. Kupel in the Cubs zone, dumps it right back in. Bradley chasing after it. It's picked up by Reggett, or rather Lazarus. Now it's given away to Head. Head tried to get it to Bradley, and now the Voodoos play that one offside as that one kind of bounced around like a pinball machine.
What a shift from Ben Kupel. Just a one-man wrecking crew, goes in, keeps in the pressure, fights in low, is able to keep the puck in the zone again, setting up some opportunities, doing everything himself on that shift.
Boys won the draw. It's back to Jasoni. Jasoni now with Gray. Gray, he'll dump that one in cross ice as we see a change in the defensive pairings again. Signoretti through the neutral zone. It's Jasoni. Jasoni picks that one off, and he got it up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre touches it over to Boys. Boys back for Lefebvre. Lefebvre will dump that one in, and Boys chasing after it. However, it's knocked into the corner wisely by Navarro. Now the puck back out for Signoretti. Signoretti dumps that one in on the far side for Antonioni. Is picked up by Landry, though, and Landry tries to get the puck out. He does, as the Voodoos are changing. He dumps the puck down the ice. Rismond, or rather Navarro, will pick it up and get it to Varela. Now it's dumped back into the Voodoo zone. Kratz has it, gets it to the blue line. Dawson will send it the rest of the way for Pereira. Pereira throws it cross ice. Brown was there. He's going to dump that one in. Under 5 minutes here in this third period. Voodoos lead 6-4. Vlad leaves it back, trying to get another shot away. Vlad now behind the net. Vlad twisting and turning. He has Kratz right there as well. Good stick by Pereira, knocked away from McCartney, only momentarily though. Now it's back for Rismond. Rismond takes a shot. That one was tipped, and it just lost momentum the second it hit the stick, so it never got through to Champagne. Now we'll see an icing call against the Voodoos with 4:29 on the clock.
Voodoos had been doing a good job at locking down that left wing rush, stopping things just over the blue line and clearing out, but the speed of the Cubs has started to beat them as they choose to slow things down with a timeout, regroup, and see how they can push back. Again, just under 5 minutes remaining, so we'll have to keep an eye on possibly a early goalie pull depending on how the next few minutes go.
Voodoos, of course, gassed after that shift, and they wouldn't be allowed to change their men out on the ice. As both teams are kind of taking a couple of extra seconds here after the buzzer went. Varamian still at the bench for now. It looks like he's going to go back to his net. No, he is coming off. So the Cubs have pulled the goalie with 4:29 here on the clock. Harrison, it's like you have a crystal ball.
And I read a difficult shift here from the Voodoos. They need this face-off win. It's something they've struggled with this game, is winning those defensive zone face-offs.
It's Pereira against Dubroy. Dubroy kicks it back for Horgan. Now it's Briar Long on the far side. Long twisting and turning. Tries to get it out front. They do to Dubroy. Now it's King. King with a chance. And that one hits a body and goes out of play. And the Voodoos will get a much-needed line change here. Again, 6-on-5 for the Cubs. And it looks like the Voodoos are going to ride with these guys.
And you have that line of Saginaw, Pereira, and Dawson out there. Then looks like you have Devin Brown on the back end.
Now it's Saginaw coming in for the draw against Caden Dubroy. It's one to Kratz. Kratz plays it around, however, it's away from Brown. Now it's back to Kratz. Kratz just sends it right back where he got it from, and it's picked up on the half wall by the Cubs. Playing it out front, they had King wide open, and now that'll go offside for the Cubs. And the Voodoos are saying that's going to go all the way down to the blue line of the Cubs as they played that one, quote-unquote, intentionally offside.
Yep. Puck bounces out, and
the referees are saying no. They're going to play it here at the Voodoos blue line. And Varamian will go back to the net for the time being.
So 4:01 remaining, and the first wave of 6-on-5 fended off from this Voodoo squad.
Varamian's not even in his net. He's standing at the top of the faceoff dot as Bradley plays it in deep. Varamian has been called to the bench. Brown up for Bradley. Bradley tries to seal the wall. Horgan in there along with King battling for it. King comes away with it. King at the blue line takes a shot from distance, and Champagne will make the save, and we'll get another stoppage here.
Again, tracking well from distance, making sure he's square. It's rare those shots from distance that Champagne has had to shift over and adjust. He's usually right on top of things, and another prime example there.
Long against Head, and the puck is won back to Vlad at the point. Plays it to King. King in deep for Caden Long. And now it's Horgan on the far side. Horgan has a Voodoo all over him, and now it comes loose. Bradley tries to get it down the ice. It missed the net, looking for the hat trick. Bradley slashed hard in the hands. His glove is on the ice, and now he's slow to get back up the ice, and he's able to keep going. Good to see. There was no icing on that as Bradley shot it from the red line, and now Horgan walks in. Horgan, they're going to say that's offside, as Caden Long is arguing and pleading his case, looking like Macklin Celebrini in the game against Finland.
We don't quite have that sort of video review, but Heath Bradley inches away from a hat trick.
Sorry, the other linesman came right over right away saying good call. As Varamian back out again, standing at the top of the faceoff dot.
Runners advancing.
Jasoni trying to send the puck down the ice. He fanned on it. Now Saginaw got a whack at it, and the puck will go back down the ice. Gray plays it around for Jasoni. Jasoni up again for Pereira. Pereira will send it down the ice. That just misses. It'll be icing against the Voodoos. Pereira had a little bit more space and time, and the puck caught a lip and sent it all the way down, although this line has been out only briefly, so it's not the most costly of offside or icings as of right now. 6-4, 2:52 left in this third period. Each face-off getting more and more important, Harrison. Rismond with the puck off the draw, sends it from distance. Nobody knows where it is. Now they do. Caden Long has it. Pereira sends it down the ice. Pereira trying to get through. They'll send it right back down the ice. They won't say icing as they hit a couple of bodies. And it goes wide. Pereira definitely tried to get through two Cubs and they didn't let him. Now the puck off of Champagne's blocker and bounce back out. Still battling for it. It comes loose. Dawson! There it is! Caleb Dawson! His 25th of the season! Makes it 7-4!
And head coach Peter Goulet putting that line out for a reason. They were out there for the first instance of 6-on-5, and then again.
Caden Long throwing his stick, punching the glass. He's been shown the gate, perhaps a period too late after what happened to Dylan Roussel. Either way, he's been shown the gate, and he is none too pleased about it. Either way, Caleb Dawson making this game a 7-4 game.
And a 4-point night so far from number 10 is honored with the 100-point plaque career-wide, and that leads him to, I believe, his 58th point of this season. And 2 minutes on the board against the Cubs.
2 minutes apiece.
2 minutes
That'll
apiece
be
now.
Pereira in for the Voodoos.
So 2:20 remaining in the game as a whole, and most of it will be played at 4-on-4.
Voodoos getting their story straight as they all skate back over to the bench. .220 left in the game, as you mentioned. Most of the game will now be played 4-on-4 for the remainder. Navarro sends it in to the Voodoos zone. That'll go for icing. And now the Voodoos will get an offensive zone draw.
So the Voodoos just needing to keep up the pressure, keep the puck out of their end. We've seen the Cubs do stranger things, but definitely on the back foot now.
Off the draw, Lazarus has it in his own zone. Up for Alex Duguay. Duguay with a shot from distance. That one hits a body and goes wide and out of play. Alexander Duguay, who started his NOJHL career with the Voodoos, was an affiliate player, scored a hat-trick in the last game of the season against French River for the Voodoos, and then started last year with the team before being sent to Espanola. Now with his hometown Cubs. Jasoni twisting and turning with Duguay right there. Plays it up for Boys. Boys twisting and turning as well. Plays it back to the far side for Brown. Brown for Jasoni. Has the puck bounce away from him. Jasoni plays the puck down the ice. Boys chasing after it. Boys got it over the blue line. And now he'll go for a change. Up for Navarro. Navarro twisting and turning. Playing it down. Jasoni's going to chip that one away from Caden Dubroy. And now it's played by Navarro in his own zone. Navarro has Lefebvre. Lefebvre. Right back down the ice. Kratz will pick it up. Minute 16 left in this game. Gray sends it back. Now it's Kratz. Kratz plays it back for Gray. The Cubs had a very long streak of not losing in regulation, and we're into the final minute. They lost last weekend to the Timmins Rock. They tied the Sioux Thunderbirds last night, and the Voodoos lead 7-4 here in the final minute of this game. Flipping that one back in. This will tie up the season series as well between these two teams. In the last regular season meeting, both teams trading punches all year long. The Voodoos winning the first two, then the Cubs the next two. And then they flip-flopped on the next couple. And then it tied. And then the Cubs winning the last one before tonight. The Voodoos will skate to a 7-4 victory here. Caden Dubroy trying to get the puck in again. Last couple of seconds, a shot on net by Antonioni. And that one's going to do it. The Voodoos with a big 7-4 victory over the Greater Sudbury Cubs at the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny, and I'm going to let Harrison take you through the last little bit of this one along with cameraman Mike Brown. Have a good night. We'll see you next weekend. Again, Harrison will tell you who the stars of the game are.
What a comeback. Well, just a tight game overall for the Powassan Voodoos. A gutsy win in their last regular season matchup against the Greater Sudbury Cubs. They won't face each other in the first round, but if they do continue on, these teams may very well meet up in the playoffs like they have in years past. 7-4 victory. Final shots on goal, 30 for the Greater Sudbury Cubs and 20 for the Powassan Voodoos. So as the Voodoos send their salutations to the crowd, we await to hear the 3 stars of the game. I have a funny feeling who a handful might be, but we do wait to see. So here we go.
Now time for your 3 stars. The 3rd star from Sudbury, number 10, Owen King.
So Owen King
The 2nd star
with his
from the Voodoos,
handful of goals
number 10,
and an assist gets the 3rd star. Then Caleb Dawson, 2 goals and 2 assists on the night, gets the 2nd star of the night.
Number 21,
And Heath Bradley with the huge effort gets the 1st star of the game. Bradley finished the game, I believe, with 2 goals.
the Kurtz Lumberjacks. Game time is 7 p.m.
Yes, Bradley finishes with 2 goals. Dawson finishes with 2 goals, 2 assists. And then Owen King had 2 goals and an assist on the night. So an action-packed bout here at the Powassan Sportsplex. The last regular season meetings between the Voodoos and the Cubs. We thank you so much for tuning in. If you happen to be listening here, drive home safe. If you're watching at home, thank you for tuning in. There's still a few games of NOJHL hockey left before we hit the playoffs. So with that being said, I'm Harrison Clements, our cameraman Mike Brown, and of course, Courtney Kenny on play-by-play. Thank you, go Voodoos, and have a good night.